confused.
JM on the track, JM on the track. In ADP production. Married in. With Queen and Chris. Welcome to Married in Shit. One spot for the spicy, one spot for the sweet. It's Married in Shit. 11 years in and you know that the marriage on fleek. Married in Shit.
Welcome to Married in Shit.
Yes, welcome.
I'm Queenora.
I'm Chris.
And welcome to the podcast. This is the first episode.
I don't like that.
Okay.
You realize your first thing you said was welcome to Married and Shit?
Oh,
you introduced yourself and you said, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to...
But we keeping this one. Are we even sure that the
No,
video's
we're
going?
keeping this one.
Are we sure the video's going?
Yes.
Okay.
We are keeping this one. So y'all just got welcomed twice. How about that? Okay? Y'all just got welcomed twice. Yeah, first episode though.
Yes.
Finally getting this thing off the ground.
Yes. It's been a long time coming. Something that, we found out that secretly we both been thinking about for a minute, and one day,
You brought it up.
I thought it was you.
No, you brought it up.
Okay, look, one day one of us brought it up and said, hey, what do you think about starting a podcast? And we was like, light bulb.
Yeah.
And, the creative juices started flowing. So here we are.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about our life, how we married and the shit we go through. Hence the word married and shit.
And it's a lot of shit.
Well,
a lot of shit, y'all. A lot of shit.
I mean, of course it is. We're not perfect,
No, we aren't by far.
We're
that brings us to what we're talking about today. We aren't perfect. How would you describe us?
I don't know.
I would describe us as we're an average couple. We're special to each other, but
in the grand
scheme of things, we're just like everybody else.
We're just a regular couple. Just going through life.
She said regular. I'm bringing that back up later. Y'all gonna hear about that later. But yeah, go ahead.
No, we just a regular everyday couple. Is that better? Regular everyday couple.
It's too late. You said regular.
We're not perfect. We argue. But I think, in our arguing, we have evolved. Just like you do in every other facet of your life, you evolve, and there's the growth. And we have really grown, when it comes to the way we argue, how we resolve our arguments, all of that. Because back in the day, I was horrible when it came to our arguments, looking back on it.
Yeah, and I just didn't care.
Which was a problem.
For her. It was fine for me.
It was still a problem.
So tell me, what was the problem?
Well, the problem was I didn't know how to communicate angry feelings in a productive way. When I'm angry, everyone knows I'm angry, and it's kind of like, get out my way. And I'm very ruthless at the mouth, or I can be ruthless at the mouth and say some really damning shit, when I'm upset. It's almost like, word vomit? It's like that.
Yeah.
And,
I see what you mean.
or like when people say, the drunk you speaks the truth. It's almost like I'm drunk in that, in that time.
Take them quotation fingers off. She drank a lot, y'all. I guess in looking back at it, I saw it a different way. I think that comes down to, I guess what you saw, as we're being brought up, in my sense, in approaching conflict, I was never very aggressive and abrasive because I didn't think it was, I never really thought it was that important, regardless of what it is, or what was going on. I took more of the nonchalant approach. You know, I never felt like, I felt like being angry was wasted energy. That's just it. It might not make sense, you know, now, but that's how it was to me. It was just wasted energy, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you I'm mad, and you still gonna be you. So, you know, it's like, what are we doing here? Just let you be mad in your own little space for a while, and when you good, you know, we'll go get some McDonald's. You know, that's
Give me that large fry with ice cream cone.
These college days now.
Shit, I still get that.
I mean, yeah, but you know, back then we was eating off the dollar menu. Now we getting value menus, you know, upgraded. You know what I'm saying? Double quarter pounders and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? With cheese, y'all. With cheese.
So stupid.
Every now and then, throw some bacon on it.
You're so stupid. But no, and I think your nonchalant attitude, it made me even angrier. So if I was like on a level 5 anger, seeing your nonchalant, I don't care attitude took me from a 5, like, and I just skyrocketed. And I'd be like, you know what? Pop, pop, pop. You know, it just took me to a whole nother level, because I look at it as, you don't care about whatever the issue is, whatever it is that we're arguing about. Like, I can't think of a specific example.
Well, so in going off of that, I think it wasn't that I didn't care, but, you know, in my mind, nothing productive is going to come from two people yelling at each other. Because at the end of the day, a shouting match just turns into me trying to talk over you, then you talking back over me, then me talking back over you. And what tends to happen, at least for me, because, you know, I have gotten in shouting matches before, and what tends to happen is, you know, I get to yelling, and the more my mouth is going, the less my ears, you know, are receiving. So it's like, I'm yelling, and all I care about is what I'm yelling about. I'm not caring about what the other side is at all.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that, you know, that's one of the things I've tried to improve on. I'm trying to constantly improve on it. I'm always about understanding the other side. I actually, I tell people I pride myself in being able to argue all sides of an argument. You know, not saying I'm the smartest person in the room or whatever, but I try to understand what's going on from every angle. And, you know, at times, you know, that even now that still makes some people mad, because, thank you, that makes some people mad that, you know, I can see, you know, I have my side of the argument, and then 10 minutes in, I can flip around and go to the other side and be like, you know what? That was a good point, though. And they're just like, bruh, what are you doing? Like, why are you playing both sides of the fence? And it's not that at all. It's me trying to, you know, she, for the longest, and I don't think I ever brought it up to her, but Queenora, for the longest, she has these little quotes that she likes to put on the dresser mirror.
Yeah.
And
my
one
affirmations.
Quote, yes, her affirmations. And there's one that always stuck out to me. Is it says something like, seek to understand before seeking to be understood. Something of that nature.
No, that's exactly what it says.
And, you know, almost every time I walked by her dresser, I would look at that and I would read it, and I was like, you know, if I put a little bit more energy into trying to understand what somebody is saying to me, then maybe, just maybe, I won't have my foot in my mouth as much, you know? And I think it's worked out a little bit better. I mean, we still argue, but I think our arguments are a bit more progressive than they used to be.
Yes, and, you know, part of that, the main reason I put that affirmation on, that's one of my affirmations on my dresser, is because I know for me, when I'm having a conversation or an argument with you or with anyone else, I don't sometimes I tune out what they say and I'm only listening to respond. You know what I mean? And people say that all the time. They say that's why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, you know, da 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 da. You know, so it's not like a new idea or anything, but I have to consciously say, Queenora, wait to, you know, listen to what they're saying. Mm-hmm. I would like literally put my tongue in between my teeth and like hold my tongue so I don't automatically like as soon as you say.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to picture that right now. Look, y'all, I'm a visual learner. That's one thing you'll see, because sometimes when she's talking to me, I make these faces, and it's always because I'm trying to picture what she's saying as it's happening, like on a TV screen. I don't know, I'm weird like that, but I'm thinking.
I will literally not like that. Inside your mouth, and you just hold, you know, your tongue so that way I can listen to what it is you're trying to say, because I know I'm very notorious to be like, you can be 30 seconds into.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to hold my tongue inside my mouth.
Not like that. Not like that.
All right, go ahead.
You let me finish.
Resolve. No, go ahead.
I didn't forget what I was about to say.
Oh, okay. So,
because you interrupted me.
My bad. Mm-hmm. So, what?
Don't look at the notes like that. Listen, I know this is our first one, but you ain't supposed to look at the notes like that.
Look. I'm visual. I have to see what I'm supposed to do. And look, this isn't scripted. You know, it's like the outline of an essay that we got sitting in front of us. And if I don't look down at the outline, as you can see, I'll be out in left field real quick. All right, it's just, it happens a lot. I get distracted. It's like the squirrel. Mm-hmm. Squirrel thing. You just walking around up squirrel. You know,
okay.
And there it is.
Squirrel, bring it back on top.
See, I wasn't looking at the outline. All right, so when we're arguing, you know, what type of tendencies have you noticed that we've had as far as like actionable things, not in the heat of the argument? How does that affect us in our everyday lives? Like if we wake up in the morning and we have like a 5-10 minute argument, how does that affect your actions throughout the rest of the day? Like let's say on a Saturday when neither one of us has to work.
I just go be by myself.
Okay.
If we have an argument over whatever it is, I will literally just remove myself from the situation, go about my business, whatever it may be, and I'm still here, which is a change, because when we were in college, I was notorious for getting in my car, speeding the hell off, and just being gone for like an hour, 2.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Right. Ain't no telling. Well, and I remember I would be so frustrated and so worried about what's going on in that hour, because I mean, you know, you ever seen an angry person driving? Like, you know, like with road rage and stuff like that. All of a sudden, everything around you is annoying you. You swerving in and out of lanes, and this was in Albany, Georgia.
Listen, I already drive like that though.
But I don't think there was a single speed limit in Albany that was over like 35 miles per hour.
True.
I think you might have got up to 45, 50 on Oglethorpe. I got many traffic tickets there.
Squirrel.
But call me out every time.
Oh, okay.
But that was one of those tendencies, and I know when she would do that, I'd just be worried sick, 'cause I'm like, one, I'm scared for your well-being, and then I'm worried about what's gonna happen to whole little everybody else that's out there in the world, but yeah.
So yeah, I just, I go by myself and I just do something that's relaxing to me, whether it's I sleep or I sew or I eat. I do eat. Or I just do something just to kind of get my mind off of it. Well, not necessarily get my mind off of it, but just to have an internal conversation. Or like what I also do is I started a Marco Polo with myself, and I will go in the car, or I'll just go to my quiet space, whether it's in a corner of one of the guest bedrooms or something, and I will Marco Polo myself, saying everything, like, I don't want to say vicious, but just, it'll be my vent session about whatever the argument is, because I need to be able to get it out how I'm actually feeling in the moment, so then I can take all of that and put it in a, not necessarily a nice package, but at least a non-thorn dagger package. So that way I can tell you, this is the issue, this is what we need to do to resolve it, this is what upset me, etc., etc., instead of, you know, how I'm feeling in that exact moment. But my internal Marco Polo has really been helpful.
One of these days, I want to listen to that.
Oh, no, you don't.
All right, maybe not.
Nah,
I'll take your word for it.
Nah.
So I think with me, I think the nonchalant attitude of things came from, I've always been concerned. It's, you know, you never want to say, you know, once you say something, that's it. It's been said. You can't just, you know,
take it back.
You know, it's not like you make a typo on an essay and you can just backspace all the way to where that typo is. You know, you can't do that. Once it's said, it's said. Right. And, you know, you have to deal with that. And for me, I think I would much rather say nothing than to say something wrong.
But in saying nothing, you're saying something wrong.
Well, in saying nothing, I'm saying nothing. That's how I feel about it. You know, that's how I feel. Now, how you interpret it is one thing, but you know, it's like I could say that what you did, you know, back then was very, you know, erratic and crazy. You know,
I wouldn't use the word crazy.
Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like, there have been days where she sped off in anger, and you know, folks out on the sidewalk and walking through the apartment complex be yelling at her and throwing birds and stuff like that. And I just, you know, I'm going back inside and mind my business now. But you know, I guess that's what justified saying nothing. And it's not that I was avoiding conflict or anything. It was, you know, whatever hateful, because it comes from a place of hate, in my opinion, at least. You know, whatever negative thoughts I have in my head, once I put it out there, that's it. It's been said, and it's gonna stick like bubble gum to the bottom of a diner table. You know, it's just, and it's always going to be there. And that was always my thing. I never wanted to leave that type of negative impact on anyone. So do you want to fast forward to like the physical actions that we have when we're angry now?
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah.
No, you can't be like the physical actions while you angry. Like we don't get physical.
Oh no! Look, that's never been a thing.
What you mean physical actions?
Well, like how you said, you know, like before you would jump in the car, drive off. You know,
I already said what I do.
Oh, I guess it's my turn then. Yeah, it's my turn. So, and you know, I was thinking about it, and it's like when I get angry now, I still kind of have that a little bit of that nonchalant attitude in me.
You
do. But I feel like I come back to it. I will come back to it.
You will.
But it's one of those things where now it's more like I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and keep my peace right now until I gain some composure. And I can come back, I can calm my voice down, get back to a neutral tone and say, hey, this is how I felt about this situation. Mm-hmm. How do we handle it moving forward?
Or, I mean, depending on the argument, we just don't even talk about it. You know, I think if we both kind of leave each other alone for a little bit and realize whatever it is we're arguing about, really is some bullshit, we'll, just leave it some time, and then we just come back, and I just be like, you want to go get some Waffle House?
Yeah, look, some things just die out, I mean, I'm trying to think of, it's
like,
sometimes it's all about receipts. Oh, she got one.
Yesterday.
She got one, y'all.
Christopher.
Government name, so it's still somebody pretty serious.
Now, 9 times out of 10, Monday through Friday, I get up first. I gotta get the kids ready. I'm the one. And the other day, you got up before me, and I swear you was making every noise in the freaking world, turning on lights. I felt like you was slamming doors. You was like, I was like, well, damn, I swear I don't make this much noise in the morning. Look, and we got into an argument about that.
No, we can get into an argument. I just remember looking at you for a few seconds in silence. You laid back down, and I just went back to what I was doing.
In my mind, it's probably because, I don't remember everything that I be saying when I'm sleeping.
But see, my thing is, in my mind, what I was thinking is, you're not as quiet as you think you are.
No, you be sleeping though. I don't be making enough noise to where I wake you up.
Look, y'all, little does she know, I always know
Negative.
When she gets out the bed.
You was snoring up a storm this morning.
Was it this morning?
Yes, it was this morning. You was snoring.
I must have went to sleep, but hey, it's got to be good sleep.
Either way.
That's got to be some good sleep.
Back on topic. Either way, when we realize whatever it is that we be arguing about is some bullshit, 9 times out of 10,
Waffle House fixes it all.
Right. Get that double patty meat with extra pickles and some hash browns.
And bacon with a blueberry waffle.
Yes.
You gotta have my hash browns covered and topped.
Negative. I ain't say all that. We just should have stopped at the patty melt and the blueberry waffle, and just
I get it all. I get it all. Look, a trip to Waffle House. I'm trying to eat all the calories that I've missed over the last week in that one meal. It's Waffle House. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right, but what?
I'm laughing because it's like you like, and end of sentence. Let me look at the notes.
Look. I already told y'all about me. Look, this is episode 1. All right, I'm gonna get better. Look, you gotta grow. You gotta start somewhere.
True.
Look, do you?
I mean, I'm just saying, it's hilarious because you're literally like, leaning back, chilling, having a conversation, whoop-de-whoop, and then you just be like, and notes.
My bad.
But you know what, like you said, this is the first episode.
Yes.
We're gonna look back at this 2 years from now, and then we're gonna laugh and you're gonna see what I was talking about.
We're gonna re-air it as a bonus episode. It's gonna be like a then and now type deal.
We're not doing it. We're not gonna do that.
It'll be on my page.
What page?
My Facebook page.
Because that's all you got.
Yes, look, social media for me stopped at Facebook. Call me old, whatever. All the kids I gotta talk to at work, they call me old because I don't have Instagram.
Okay. Back on topic. Squirrel.
You started that one. You created the squirrel.
Whatever.
All right.
So I'm assuming that what he's trying to naturally flow into the conversation by asking me the physical things that we do in arguments is the fact that you made it a conscious choice a few years ago that even if we're in an argument, we will still sleep in the same bed.
Oh, that has nothing to do about that conscious choice. Like, fam,
you said it was because of...
I don't like sleeping on couches.
But you said it was an argument we had, and you was like, man, forget this. I ain't never sleeping on the couch again.
Oh, no. See, you know what? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. We were on a cruise. All right? We were on a cruise, and I don't even remember what the hell we were arguing about.
I don't know.
But she got in the bed first and stuff like that, and you know, I went to lay down. She was just shaking around and, you know, twisting and turning as a way to just let me know that she's just angry. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that, you know. And I went and sat down, and she's still shaking around, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go lay on that couch tonight because I ain't got time tonight. That was probably the worst sleep I've ever had in my life. In my life now. And I've slept in some pretty terrible places in my lifetime. But that sleep right there, if I got any, was horrible. Like the rest of the cruise, like my body was just in pain. Not because we were zip lining or went on this excursion or anything. It was because of that couch.
I'm sorry.
She also tried to drown me on that cruise, y'all.
I did not.
Yes, she did.
I swear to God, I did not. I did not.
But, you know, that lasted all of that night, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it lasted
and
that night.
The next morning, it wasn't Waffle House, but we had a nice breakfast.
Yeah.
All right, you know, one Waffle House, though.
Yeah, like, we make up really good after arguments. Whether it's...
Really good. Really good. Just to let you know, I don't have a beard, but if I did, I'd be grooming it really nicely.
So I meant we gonna get some good food.
Yeah, but you know what? And you know what? That wasn't the only time. I did it again, y'all. And I don't know. Maybe there was something in me to try it one more time. It was on another cruise.
Yeah, I don't think I do good on cruises. I think first of all, I don't do good on trips.
She gets like an angry version of seasickness. She don't throw up at anything. She just gets angry of being enclosed in that small space with all those thousands of people. And by like day 2.5, oh, she has had it.
No, well, I mean, so the cruise he's talking about, I self-diagnosed myself, but I really think I had a panic attack, and it was just a horrible time for me, which in turn ended up being a horrible time for him.
But again, daylight came and we good. You know, that's just how it is, you know.
Maybe we shouldn't take no more cruises.
Maybe you shouldn't take no more cruises. I loved it. I'm going to cruise again. So, you know, look, I couldn't imagine being in one of them single staterooms. They don't let single cruisers buy the big rooms, do they? Or you have to pay for double occupancy or something like that. I don't know. I've never gone on a cruise by myself, but you know, if one of y'all know, let me know, because this one, she might not be rolling next. You know.
You gonna cruise by yourself?
I mean, I don't know.
I say go. You know, I'm down for solo travel.
I ain't going nowhere. She already knows this. I'm not going anywhere. It's. I feel like people that travel by themselves. Wait a minute. Because you've never traveled completely by yourself. You've always gone to at least meet up with a group of people.
Correct.
But, you know, it's always been my opinion, probably a very unpopular one, y'all. Hey, sue me. Don't sue me. But I feel like people that travel by themselves, it's sad to me.
It's not sad. It is, oh my gosh, like I can only imagine. And I say only imagine, like I've traveled.
Only imagine because she ain't traveled by herself.
Listen. Even in my travels to meet other people, I have had alone moments where I could do what I want to do in my time. You know, I don't have to listen to nobody. I don't have to be with nobody. I can do whatever I want to do. Imagine if I had days of that. Days, fam. Like, I've had pockets of time.
You seem way too happy about this. Like,
listen,
yeah, I don't see she's really happy about that.
Days of being by myself having my hotel room. I can have an itinerary of stuff that I want to do. I don't have to worry about nobody else.
Listen to yourself. Who makes an itinerary when they're traveling alone?
Me!
That's the purpose of traveling alone. You just do things. Like,
well,
hey.
I mean, I still have an itinerary. See, I can be myself when I'm on a trip by myself. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about, oh, well, so-and-so wants to go do this. Which, I mean, all that is well and fine. I have a great time when I go on these trips with other people. But, like, if I want to go, to some, weird ass place, I don't have to worry about nobody else. And that's why I'm fine going by myself. Like, I have fun with myself. I like me. I have fun. I am my own company. So, I mean, one of these days,
I can't keep a straight face.
One of these days, I'm going to get you to be okay with me taking a solo trip. And when I do,
this,
baby.
I feel like this is just not the world for that. Because I'm going to be at home all worried and stuff, Where you at? Make sure you call me when you land. Let me know when you get to the hotel. All right, let me know what you're doing for lunch. And it's not because it's not like a check. I mean, because look,
I get it's I know it's out of the fact that you care for me. I understand that. I had to come to terms with that. I just had to come to terms with it. That's why you do it. Why are you making that face?
Because you're making it seem like I'm just like this. Look, she trying to flatter herself right now, y'all. Look, I do this. It's out of pure safety. For myself.
No.
It's for myself. Look, I'm telling y'all. Look, I'm gonna wall this off right here. All right. Look, y'all. I have 3 daughters. Okay. I can't have nothing happen, and they all got natural hair. Look.
And
listen, I barely get the ponytails right.
You sure don't.
I need
I'm not saying that nothing would ever happen to me on a trip. However, I'm not gonna not live my life.
No, it's
you know
not.
What I mean? That's what I'm saying. You know what? Wait a minute. Time out. We're so not on topic.
Squirrel. Squirrel.
We're so not on topic.
Squirrel people.
You know what? We're gonna table this. And I'm gonna write this down.
It's gonna have to be its own discussion.
That's gonna be its own topic.
Wouldn't happen if you was looking at the notes. This is gonna have to be its own little discussion.
This is gonna be its own topic, okay? Solo travel.
Not doing it.
You ain't gotta do it. I'm doing it. Okay, but I think the only thing that's left, on our
solo
little
travel
notes,
to me is to work every day.
Listen, we so off topic. We talked about arguing. We're better now.
Yeah.
That's what the end result is. We are doing better. I'm able to control myself. I find ways to keep my temper under control and to not have word vomit. Except, and I try to be better. Like, even, not just arguing with us, but I wouldn't even say arguing with the kids, but, just
yelling at the kids.
Yeah, yelling at the kids.
We both had to find ourselves apologizing to them today because I think we realized, or you realized, like, lately, it's just been, we just been at the kids a lot. And it's so easy after you've had a frustrating day at work, a troubling day at work, and you feel like you just want to come home to your peace and woosah, and you trip on a shoe coming up the third step, and it's just like, bruh, what is going on? And then you see a jacket on the floor. You see
paper, cheese paper.
Somebody that made a sandwich and left all the sandwich stuff on the table. And
it's like one thing after another.
And it's just like we're just always at the kids. And today,
I know I blew up at them, and I had to, and that's why I said I had to go to myself, go to my zone, do an attitude check. I had to talk to myself and say, self, in the grand scheme of things, is what you yelled at them about, really yellable worthy?
Did it warrant that type of reaction?
Yes, did it warrant that type of reaction? And I was like, no, it did not. So I called both of the girls in there, and I apologized to them, and I said, it wasn't okay for me to yell at you like that.
We got 3, by the way.
Yeah, we got 3.
The youngest one is 3 and probably doesn't care.
Yes, him. So I told him I'm sorry. I apologized, and I said, even though I was frustrated at, the actual issue, it was not right for me to yell at you. And the sad thing is, both of them said, "Oh, it's okay, mommy." And I had to correct them. And I said, no, it is not okay. It is not okay for someone, even me, to yell at you on a significant issue. You know what I mean? Like I told her, I said, if you about to get run over by a car, yes, I'm gonna yell at you. Like in, tone. But it's not okay for anyone to yell at you, because what I don't want is for me to pass down that trait or that reasoning to think that it's okay to yell at someone to try and get your point across.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I definitely want that to stop, with me. And that comes to the arguments that I have with you. It goes to the arguments and, things that I have with the girls. So I told them, and that's why I asked you to go and apologize to them as well, because I want them to see it from both of us.
Yeah, and I was yelling at them about, like, lately, over the past, couple weeks?
Yeah, I think it's just...
Like, lately, we try to create some type of structure with the kids, and with that comes a bedtime, and it seems like no matter what, every single night it's like the fact that they have to go to bed is completely brand new. It's like it's something we're doing for the first time every single night. We have to coach them through, hey, it's time to take a bath. Then they'll get in the bathtub and they'll play, and they be in the bathtub for 10 minutes, and we come back there and the top half of their body is still bone dry. Like, bro, what are you doing? They have chores. We're getting into chores and responsibility and stuff. So, they got to do things like vacuum floors, clean the kitchen.
Not to cut you off, but I want to go too into it because that's a topic.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. But I mean, to wrap that up, basically, I think tonight I had just had it, and I was just yelling at them, and and she was like, hey, do me a favor and just go apologize to them for yelling at them. And I got the same reaction as soon as I said it. It's okay. And I'm just like, it's funny that you said that, because they said the same, and I was like, no, it's
not okay.
It's not okay. Because
what I don't want is the way that we argue with each other, and the way that we argue, and I don't want to say argue with them, but the way that we talk to them, them to carry that forward into their, future relationships. And I want them to be able to communicate what they're feeling, even when they are in a frustrated moment, or if they're in an anger, moment, if they're, when they're upset. I want them to be able to effectively communicate what they're feeling, instead of being like me and it's like word vomit and yelling and da 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 da. So, but I think, like I said, we're getting there.
We're making progress. Hey, look, it's work. It's hard work, and we're working at it every single day, no matter what. Yeah. I think this is a good place to wrap things up.
Yeah.
And I guess a little nugget to end with, a question I had for you is and going back to, it can be something in the past or something in the present. What is it? It's a safe question. All right. What is it that I do that automatically 0 to 100, that takes you from 0 to 100? Like, what would you say that is?
When you call me angry, and I'm not actually angry. There are times where I'm not angry. It's to me, angry is like level 10. I can be irritated with you. I can be frustrated with you without being angry. When you automatically classify me as angry, you put me into that angry black woman stereotype. and that is what will make me angry.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
If I had the same thing, is, you know, sometimes you have this tendency to, when you're, I'm about to say the word angry. When you're feeling some type of way.
No, don't say that either. I hate that phrase.
Gee, what can I say?
You can say when you're irritated, when you're frustrated. I hate the phrase feeling some type of way, because I need, feeling some type of way can be a whole vast pool of emotions. I need you to narrow that down a little bit. That's all I'm saying. I hate that phrase, I'm feeling some type of way. State how you feel. But go ahead, continue. Like when I'm irritated and I yeah, go ahead.
When she's irritated, sometimes you have this tendency to generalize everything. Like, you know, I'm tired of being the only one that does this, or I'm tired of being. I'm like, hold up, fam. Like, you know, I be doing things too. Look, how many times you done cut the grass?
How many times you done cut the grass?
Lots. Look, we take the camera out there and
Listen,
view the bottom of that lawnmower right now.
I think I'm still ahead. I had to cut the whole grass while you was deployed, so.
I was deployed.
Hey.
You know what? Hey, all right, y'all. It's been real. It's been real because.
I'm just saying.
Child. Look,
No, but,
I'm not one to say, you know, I need some thanks, but Jesus, just to hear it. And
okay, real talk. Okay. Yeah.
You know how hot it gets up there?
Squirrel. I see what you're saying when I do that.
I probably didn't say it the best type of way. It's
No,
hard
but
to put it in words.
I know what you're talking about. And you know what? We're just gonna leave that for that. That is actually a topic.
Yeah, I guess I classify it as indirect irritation.
Yes.
But it's loud enough for everybody to hear it. And sometimes I don't even be involved in whatever it is that you're irritated. I'm just like,
that's part of my work. But I think I've been doing better the last
couple hours. Yeah. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I've gotten better because, and again, it's for them damn kids. It's for the kids. You know what I mean? I can't, you know, say I'm the only one doing stuff, and you know, I know what you're talking about. And I've tried to, that's why, I mean, that's one of the reasons I have my Marco Polo. Me and my Marco Polo, we have a sacred bond. What I say stays in my Marco Polo. Don't nobody got to see it, but I get that weight of what I want to say off of me, how I want to say it.
I'm gonna tell y'all, one day somebody gonna hack the Marco Polo servers, and it's gonna be a movie made about her stream, and we gonna have to go and sue them, because I promise you, when I see it, I'm gonna know exactly. I'm like, you know, that sounds just like her.
Yeah, you don't want to listen to them. But yeah, but part of what you're talking about is going to be part of another episode. It's actually an episode. It's probably a 2-part. He's going to talk about how he's married to an old lady, i.e. me. And
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to talk about how I'm married to, I don't know how to phrase it yet.
I would say, you know, joking with the guys and stuff like that. The best overall word I can come up is like a man child. I love to have fun.
I was going to say that. I was like, I have a man child.
It's all right. You know, look, it's okay. I sit down.
We'll
I love watching
more.
my football, my video games and stuff. But yeah, we'll get to that. And
this is gonna wrap up the first episode.
We thank y'all for being here with us, and hope you stick around for more.
Right.
Holla.
Holla. I think we did good. definitely real.
Real. Oh, that'll be cute. Bye.